I miss edgy video games. The video games of today have good graphics and are good games, but they lack an impact. Gaming as a whole has sacrificed a lot to get to where it is today. Today being a time of when gaming is statistically the most profitable time in the history of gaming. I remember when games used to be edgy. Edgy in just about every aspect of the word. Edginess used to be a tool used by game developers. A good example of such moments are when Ghost gets killed in Modern Warfare 2, which is a very emotional moment in the history of gaming. A very memorable time that we can all remember if you had a PS3 or an Xbox 360 or a PC at that time. There is also the torture scene in GTA 5 of where you torture a man to get information, and it's a very controversial moment in the history of gaming as well, even though it being as recent as 2013. The whole white phosphorus moment in Spec Ops The Line, a very edgy, very edgy moment in gaming, which also goes down in gaming history as one of the most edgiest moments in gaming. The whole of God of War 3. Ooh, the whole of God of War 3. The whole of God of War 3 is just an edgy game. I'm sorry, I just have to say that. Like, from God of War 1 to God of War 3, they were pulling no punches, eh? Nudity, violence, oh, whatever. Like, there was no way you were like 8 years old and playing this game. There's the whole Dom sacrifice scene in Gears 3. Now, I never really played Xbox video games, but I know that for the Gears of War fan base of the 360, the 360 gamers, this was a very huge moment, and many big moments in the Gears of War franchise. Now, this is one we all know, is when you lost your BMW E46 GTR M3 GTR in Most Wanted 2005. Now, this was a crazy moment, and you know, when you lost that BMW, you felt like you lost a piece of your soul. It's crazy crazy stuff for that moment. And then there's also the moment of when you get arrested and are put in jail, and then you come out of jail and you have to work your way up. These were all moments to bring about emotion in the player, which is, as I said before, which was a very big tool used back in the day. Early gaming was edgy. It was edgy, it had adult humor, it had silly humor, it had so much very memorable moments. Games used to have memorable moments, and they were the things that we held on to as we would run to buy the sequels of our most beloved video games. Oh yeah, most beloved video games, eh? You know, when the sequel would come out, when you'd hear there would be a second game and the story continues, when you would hear that the story continues, you would just run to buy that video game. The old classic Call of Duty games are a good example of this. From as far back as Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare to Black Ops 2, each had their own set of edgy and emotional gameplay, like from when Soap takes his last breath, to when you had to kill Harper to prove your loyalty to Raul Menendez and his whole movement. And it's crazy because Black Ops 2 was a crazy video game. Another game that did edgy well was the old Mass Effect games, having many beloved and memorable characters that you would grow to like just to see them die or get killed. Then there is Assassin's Creed 3 with the death of Desmond, marking the death of one of gaming's biggest protagonists of all time. Of all time. I miss the days of when game developers didn't care about impressing everyone. The only thing they cared about was making good video games. With the hypersensitivity of social media and people, gaming has changed. People have become so sensitive to the point where they can't even enjoy any freaking thing anymore. Everything has to be to what they want it to be. So if there's a billion people on this planet, there's a billion different perspectives to one thing. How do you expect them to cater to that? It's ridiculous. But let me continue, and this is the closing part of my video, or the conclusion as they would like to say. I like saying that word conclusion, I don't know why. When we lost edginess in games, we lost fun and memorable moments. Game developers are too afraid to make the games they want out of fear of being cancelled. The sad part is that with this being gaming now, developers have lost their core fan base for the sake of money and sales that they would have had gotten If they had just made great video games in the first place, so they would have got all the sales they wanted. They would have gotten everything they wanted, the sales, the hype, everything, if they would just make a great video game, or great video games in this sense. But you talk about the way games used to be. People attack you in the comment section, they talk bad about you, they try cancel you, they say you're not woke, politically correct enough, whatever. But yeah, I miss edginess in video games. I miss playing video games these days. I don't have the same feeling as I used to anymore when I was a kid. But this is the Chili Man signing off. I thank everyone for watching. Hope everyone's doing well. It's the Chili Man signing off. Peace out.